Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offense side of the ball, looking in the Cincinnati Bengals playbook, and our formation today is going to be single back, wing, flex, close. And I know a lot of people prefer to be in shotgun, but I've always just been a single back guy myself, so you know that we're going to have to work at least a couple under center schemes into the channel this year. And here we go, in the Cincinnati book, single back, wing, flex, close. And of course we're going to start with a run play, but there's a zone weak, there's a dive in it. I'm going to come out in the stretch, just for this video, but in your games, you obviously want to mix up your run calls and whatnot. We'll just match with nickel. Of course, I'm not prepared for the video, so let's go ahead and back the ball up a little bit to this Bengals 45-yard line here. So, of course, starting off with the run game, not too much to hash out here. We're in the stretch. Of course, the stretch is always going to be a good run in Madden. Just a simple zone run. You look for the hole, try to cut it up the field. And, of course, you do, like I said, you do want to mix up your calls in the run game. Maybe even substitute an audible in here. It's just a little bit easier for me to have all four, past audibles for the video purposes. But your run game is, completely up to you, whether you want to come out and have the stretch, have the halfback dive that you go to. Like I said, there's still a zone weak in this here. And just running where, having that ability to just run where you have the numbers. That's really most of what the run game comes down to. If you have more blockers compared to where they have more defenders, that's obviously going to be a thing. And of course, we got to fix this, Madden. Why in the world are both of our teams in white jerseys? What the hell is going on? The EA, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. They make $1 billion off us every year, and we can't even get the jerseys right in practice mode. We're both in white. That's crazy to me. That's just nuts. But anyway, that's crazy. I guess you can only pit certain teams up against each other in practice mode this year. But I'm just going to roll with it for the video. Orange helmets are us. Purple helmets are the other guys. That's crazy. Okay, I'm done being pissed off at EA. The run game is the run game, though. Run where you have more bodies than they do. It's that simple, and you'll probably have success, running the ball. So now let's get into the part where everybody wants to see. Let's get into the pass plays. First one, we're going to keep it super simple, and we're just going to run stick. And I really like to do this. All I like to do is put one of these outside guys, either my tight end Sample or Higgins in this case, either on a post over the middle field. I absolutely love putting him on a post over the middle of the field, especially against these cover 3 defenses. Kind of, a little bit of a honey hole in the middle of the field there, in between the two hook zones. Or another thing that you can do is just put them on a what am I thinking here? A corner route, and you kind of turn that into like a smash concept against man, which is a good thing. So we'll run stick. Of course, like I said, you can do the same thing on the other side. We'll put T on the little bit of that route here on the post route, and there you can see the honey hole gets over those yellow zones and kind of in between them as well. If they were to get depth, kind of works against cover 2 as well. Just attacking these two high safeties. You see the middle of the field open. Again, finding that little bit of a honey hole into T. Higgins. And you can run that the same way, or the opposite way, I guess I should say, with the tight end. Same kind of deal. Pull these zones up. There, the middle of the field defender actually gets a pretty good depth trying to stop that here. We'll just go into the replay super quick. Middle of the field guy, I think it's right here. I think it's this left linebacker. Does a really good job, and of course, that's exactly where we're trying to throw the ball. So he does a good job of, playing that mid-read, and you can imagine that being a user defender in a real game, if you're playing against a real person, and does a pretty good job of taking that away. But stick, it's just a super simple play, and I really love this play also in the red zone, just because like you have Gesicki and not T, but the other one, Jamar Chase, they're going to break it off against man, and I think that's just really, really effective. Here, I think we actually have a man look here, so let's go ahead and get Sample the heck out of here, put him on the post, and boom, actually we're going to get a zone look, and it's going to free up Sample over the top anyway. The post is really, really good against stick, especially when you're pulling the eyes down towards the line of scrimmage. You have all these short routes, not going out too far. See if we can't get a man look. Usually they're like feeding me man looks. There, of course, the running back was wide open in the middle of the field. Usually they're just feeding me man blitzes and just heating me up all the time. Now, of course, when I want just to get a man look, there, breaks out nicely against man. And you can see he does a pretty good job of getting position on, with the tight end on that little bit of a choice route there. Next one, though, let's do smash. Very, very nice play. And all I like to do on this one is take T. Higgins, your outside receiver on this case, and put him on a post route. These post routes and corner routes this year is audibles. Is really just, I think it's broken. I don't know what we're doing. Just give him more advantages to the offense, I guess. But whatever the case may be, we're going to absolutely use it whenever we're on the offense side of the ball. So, of course, we're going to be running the concept drive with our tight ends over there, Gesicki and Sample, trying to high-low read those middle-of-the-field players. And then we're just going to be turning basically scissors with Higgins and Chase, and then eventually trying to, just read this out here. See what we can't do. Of course, here, they're not going to heat us up, but we're just not going to block, I guess, on the front line of scrimmage here. So let's just set this up again. Again, putting T on just a post over the middle of the field. And I mean, hey, man, if they're going to give you that drag coming across the middle of the field, and that's one thing I do really, really like about this formation. You're going to see we're going to use it a ton. These tight end drags are just really tough. I don't know if they're tough to cover, but they just come open a lot. It's something your opponent is going to have to be mindful of, whether that's, playing hard flats or recovering it themselves, whatever the case may be. Drags are just, the CPU does a terrible job of playing the drags typically, and I mean, you can just see if we can't hit T. Higgins on the big post, and I'm loving T. Higgins on the post, man. He's been hitting it a lot. You can just see, man, you're getting to a lot of honey holes. You get into a lot of shots in this here, and of course, I mean, the main idea of this, of course, is to stretch the field horizontally. That's why I'm calling this the new West Coast offense here, because we're not just trying to throw, of course we are trying to throw the ball down the field, right? It's the modern NFL. We want to be able to hit our big plays whenever we can, but we're trying to stretch these zones horizontally. Lots of drags on the first one. Lots of, those short to intermediate routes. There, actually, T. Higgins, oh my God. T. Higgins was wide open, and I threw the ball to the other guy anyway. I don't even want to go into the replay. That looks horrible. That looks absolutely terrible. Real quick, I just want to interrupt this video and let you guys know that I will be live streaming Thursday Night Football this week. We're going to be doing just the scoreboard and just live reactions, coming in, hanging out in the chat. Something I've never done before. I've never live streamed, never, streamed the game, streamed anything like that. So come on in, hang out in the chat. If you need something to do, maybe you have nothing going on just a random Thursday night. We got Giants. I think it's Giants-Cowboys Thursday night, so just come through, check out the game, check out the stream, and just have a good time. So I hope to catch you guys there. Let's kick it back to the video. But anyway, though, setting this up, again, trying to high-low read the guys over the middle of the field. Let's see if we can't finally get Jamar the ball. Of course, he's going to get bumped as well. That's kind of the disadvantage, I guess, of putting those guys in a stack. Sometimes they are just going to kind of run into each other, but a lot of the times you do get just a very clean release here. See if we can't. Oh man, if we could block it up, get a little bit better protection. Jamar is going to be open on that. On this corner right here. And of course, again, we talk about this a ton in these videos as well, forcing your opponents to play their zone depths, play these zone drops at 15, 20, 25 yards. You can see, I mean, if we had the time to throw the ball, I mean, that's probably a house call for Jamar here. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, man, looks like maybe like a cover 2 look here. This guy's going to get some depth. Just very tough, you know what I mean? And that's going to be a light blue zone, not even going to be a purple zone. So very tough to get depth on that. I mean, you can just see. I mean, the ball should go there given the time. But smash, though, just a really nice, and of course, I mean, it's always one that you can just run at stock as well. But I like to, do a little bit of an adjustment to my plays, where I can, try to make the play just a little bit better. There, the linebacker did a pretty good job passing that off and getting back to his spot there. But we're really trying to set up that corner route to chase. Of course, that's, 90% of the time. And of course, you can always streak T. Higgins as well. I just find that on the streak, they run into each other a little bit more than typical there. We actually are able to free them up. But I feel the timing is just a little bit better whenever you put your outside receiver on the post here as just opposed to the streak. You can see on the post, he sort of takes like a little hop step here. Well, not a hop step, I guess, but he sort of takes that little bit of a second to, just not run the route here. We'll kind of show you just a streak really, really quick, and then we'll move on to the next one here. We'll put him on a streak, and you can just see he just takes off going down the field, and it can get a little bit messy there. They do a very good job of not running into each other, but there can be some conflict down the field, and that's kind of why I picked to run the post out of that. Now we got drive wide corner, doing the same thing the other way. This one I really don't like to do too many adjustments to. You got the back going out of the field to the left. Of course, you know what we're trying to set up. Throw the ball to the drag there. If they're all going to drop back, just throw the ball to the drag. Of course, I was trying to set up my corner route to the tight end here. And I mean, again, if they're going to give you all this room down the middle of the field or down, short around the line of scrimmage, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stretch these zones out horizontally, and then eventually we can take the ball, over the top of the defense with, with our corner routes here. See if we can't set it up again. Not quite. But again, high-lowing over the middle of the field. Trying to set up that as well, not just focusing in on the corner route here. We actually do get a nice man look, and Gesicki's going to be wide open against Harrison Smith. So very nice matchup there down the field. Of course, man coverage is a little bit tough to run. And oh man, okay, I got a little bit frightened there. I thought we weren't going to get the ball off. Joe Burrow's been getting killed all day here, but again, just running it again here. Getting the tight end over these zones, again, making them play their zone drops at 10, 15, 20, 25 yards. It's going to open up stuff underneath, which is exactly what we want. We want to hit these drags. We want to hit, these stick routes. We want to hit, whatever the case may be, over these short to intermediate middle of the field kind of stuff here. And again, I mean, just it's going to be open there. We get Harrison Smith not really guarding anything. And again, trying to set up these corner routes. And kind of the nice thing is we have it left and we have it right without being, of course, this isn't a balanced formation. We can't just flip the formation. If I flip the formation, everybody's going to run across everywhere. So it's not a balanced formation. So being able to, get to both sides of the field, run similar stuff to both sides of the field with, of course, mixing in other pass plays as well. Just really, really nice. And here, well, I guess we'll just run the ball. And that would have actually been a big one on the run. That would have probably been a house call if I actually ran the ball. So drive wide corner, again, very similar to Smash. We're running very similar stuff. Just to different sides of the field, trying to make the opponent, always be thinking exactly what we're trying to run. And the last one here is 4 verticals, and I call this a West Coast scheme. We're really trying to, stretch out the zones horizontally, but of course we still want to be able to take the ball off the top. We want to be able to hit these one-play touchdowns, these big plays down the field, and I absolutely love the routes from Chase and Mike Gesicki here. They just get to such good spots, especially against these cover 3s. Gesicki, even against cover 2, can really stretch that middle of the field. You see these 2 high safeties, you see that middle field open. That's exactly what we can attack with that as well. And it's just a really nice way sort of to end the scheme and get these big plays. We've been trying to, though, stretch these zones horizontally, really make them, play these drags, play our shorter routes. We want to have something to take the top off the defense here. And boom, I mean, if they're going to give you that, shift into a little bit of a cover 3 look there, I do believe it's going to open that up even better. Again, this is going to be our cover 3 beater. We see that one high safety. We are absolutely going to welcome that. And all I like to do is put one of these. I mean, you can obviously run it stock. I mean, it's 4 verts. But what I like to do is put one of these outside guys, Sample or Higgins, on just on a post here, or on a corner route. And you can see it gives us a little bit of a man beater look. Can't quite hit it there. Actually looks like they shifted into some kind of zone there. Maybe like a match concept. But it gives us a little bit of a man beater and just pulls this outside guy, pulls like these outside corners, outside. See if we can't hit Jamar Chase over the top, and we do. Sometimes you have Jamar Chase, you just need to throw Jamar Chase to the top, throw him the ball over the top of the defense there. But again, that was against cover 2 look. The linebacker couldn't quite get the depth, and we were able to hit the big play. Here, there looks like they're giving us a man blitz look here, so this is a perfect opportunity. Maybe on this one, you try to block up the running back as well, get a 6-man protection. I know the running backs don't always block in general, but still, you have all these guys running down the field. And then we have T. Higgins as our man beater off the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be very, very well for us. You still want to throw him the ball and actually, complete the pass, but that would have beat man there, and that's exactly what we were trying to do. So 4 verts, always a really nice one here. Another thing that you can do, I mean, we talked about being very much a West Coast scheme, just putting Higgins on a drag here and sort of, creating, again, just like a little bit of a mesh concept down low, with Higgins, very, very nice as well. We're trying to stretch these zones out horizontally to eventually take the ball off the top of the defense. So that's all I have for you guys out of the Cincinnati Bengals scheme here. What's the formation? Single back wing close flex is our formation in this one. Really like this one. Again, I love the single back stuff. I'm never going to get away from it. I know shotgun is sort of, gun bunch and whatnot is always the meta, but I'm always going to be a single back guy. I like, getting under center, a little bit of old school stuff. And I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a comment per usual. You guys probably know how the YouTubes work, I guess. And I really hope to catch you in the next one. Later.